This week, we are going to be drawing fall animals. And this week, with our fall animal for fourth grade is going to be a raccoon. And raccoons are medium to small size animals. They're native to North America. They usually weigh anywhere from 7.5 to 20 pounds. They can live up to 2 to 3 years. And yes, they are wild animals. A raccoon has a gray and black coat to insulate and keep it warm in cold weather, which means that their fur is really, really thick, so it keeps them very warm. That means to insulate. It's not a good idea to approach a raccoon. Raccoons can be very dangerous, and most raccoons carry diseases, so you would need to stay away from them. In the late fall and early winter, their fur will thicken into it gets even thicker than it does during fall and winter. Their fur coat, it gets even thicker than it does the rest of the year. And it gives them more like a winter coat, so they will stay even more insulated and more warm. And raccoons will pretty much eat as much as they can find. And raccoons will pretty much eat anything. Lots of times you can find raccoons in dumpsters, and they will pretty much eat just about anything they can possibly get their hands on, or the little paws. And they will spend lots of their time eating during the fall because they are not able to find they don't come out of their homes. Their homes are called dens. They don't come out of their homes. They would spend weeks upon weeks inside their dens, which is their habitat, their homes, during the winter and not come out. So they spend lots and lots of time eating all during the fall. So therefore, eating these large amounts during the fall gives them time to get through the times when they stay inside of their homes and their dens without eating. So that food kind of builds up inside of their system, and they don't need to come out as often during the winter to find food. So we're going to start drawing our raccoon, and we're going to start with his nose. So you're going to draw kind of an oval shape, and you're going to need to make sure you turn your paper landscape, which means you turn it this way, not this way. And just fill in his nose. And raccoons are pretty much gray, black, and white all over. And once you have your nose, you're going to take and draw a line out to the side for however big you want your head to be on your raccoon. And keep in mind the size of your paper so that you have enough room for your ears. But you need a line coming out from maybe midway the nose on each side. And then you're just going to take almost like an upside down smile shape line. And Bring it around and connect it to both ends of those lines you brought out from his nose. Now we're going to do his eyes. So you're going to draw another oval shape with a circle inside of it. And on the other side, draw another oval shape with a circle inside of it. And you're going to leave that circle on the inside, those circles on the inside, white. Now, raccoons have what looks like a mask on their face. And this mask is usually black, but we're not going to be able to fill it in with black because we have filled in our eyes black. So you're just going to draw a band, a kind of a U shape that connects, bring it out from the bottom, beside the nose and in between the eye, and bring it down to the side of his face. And do the other side the same way. Go around. That eye with the U shape. And then raccoons have lots of really kind of wild, furry hair. So we're just going to add some zigzag lines, bring them up above that mask that they have on their face. And and by the way, that mask that they have on their face, raccoons are usually referred to as like little bandits because of them just getting into everybody's trash and their food and everything. So that's the reason why the mask is the reason why they call them, kind of give them that nickname, bandits. You just bring that zigzag line, start from the top of your one side of your mask and down to the bottom, and do the same thing above the other mask, above the other eye. Just some zigzag lines to show fur. Now, after that, you're just going to add some ears to your raccoon. And you're just going to bring up that on the other side of the head, because you need an ear on each side of the head, and kind of make it zigzagged on one side and round it off at the other, but bring it to a point, because they have that really, like I said, really wild furry hair all over. Then on the inside, you're going to just come in the inside and bring another shape up to a point inside the ear for the inside of that ear. And inside their ears, they have fur. So you would bring that fur in both sides of the inside of your ears. And they also have this hair that kind of sticks up on top of their head. And you can make that as bushy as you want it. Now, next thing we're going to do is add our raccoon's arms. So underneath the eye, where we put the mask, the shape for the mask, just bring a line down. It's going to bring it down quite a bit and almost make it like a really long U shape. Curve it around and take it back up to the bottom of his face. And then you're just going to put a little, kind of like a little curved line in there to let you know that that's an arm that is bending. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. That long U shape. And connect it back to his head. And another curved line in there to let you know that's a little arm. Now, for the outside of his body, for his belly, you're just going to do like a big, almost like a half circle. So just bring that on around. Bring that on around, and starting from the outer side of one arm, back up to the outer side of the other arm. And then you're going to do a smaller shape because their bellies tend to be white or a light gray. So we bring that around. Kind of follow along with the line that's already there, but bring it in further. Then you're just going to add his feet. You're going to bring a curved line out and curve it around and back up to his body. On the other side, curve line out, around, and bring it back up to his body. And there you have his feet. Now, raccoons have really big, bushy tails. So, up behind his head, towards the bottom on one side, doesn't matter which side you put your tail on, just start it at kind of towards the bottom of the head and bring it out back from behind it. And gonna curve it out and stop. Then you're gonna bring it down from a point and curve it. As you're bringing it down, curve it around down to the bottom of his body. And their tails are black and gray striped. They have stripes, but they also have that bushy effect. So you're gonna put some zigzags in there. So just pick some, however far you want to space them apart, and draw those zigzag lines. And also don't forget to add whiskers. Raccoons are known for having these really wild, big whiskers. And you can pretty much come in and color. If you want to, if you're using crayons or whatever, you can use a darker gray. Or you can use black with your crayon and just not press as hard so it's not as dark as your eye. But you would come in and just color the parts that you want to color gray or black. Now you're going to want to leave the inside of the ears right here white. But you can color the outside of the ears gray if you wanted to. It's up to you. So it can be this color or this color. I figured I'd just give you two different examples of the way he could be colored. But his tail It doesn't matter which order you go in, whether you start with gray or you start with black, but his tail needs to be black and gray only, because their tails are black and gray striped. And then the rest is pretty much self-explanatory. You can color his arms in, and then color his body in down here. And like I said, make sure you leave that tail.
You said 2 paragraphs?
Black and gray. And because it is, the raccoons are striped. And that is our fall animal for this week.